And this is how you create 1,000 pieces of content in just 5 minutes of time. Today I'm going to share one of my key secrets for content creation, how you can get more done, be more productive, get higher quality content out and create more content than anyone else. So the secret is that you plan your content really carefully. If you come from a data-driven approach, you can really narrow down topics that are really relevant, have a high probability of working really well, getting a high amount of engagement, and then you can write this down into your little notebook and you have like a lot of different topics. What I'm also looking at is what are other people in my industry sharing, what is ranking well on Google on page 1. I'm looking at questions, what are competitors doing, which topics seem to get a lot of backlinks. I'm looking what is like ranking really well on different social media networks in terms of sharing, liking and commenting. So what you want to do is like once you have an idea what topics are really good, which topics have a really high probability of ranking really well, of getting a ton of engagement, you want to break this topic down. What is like the main big idea in this one topic? And you can break this down in 3 to 15 bullet points. Those are like the main ideas you want to get across for this one topic. So you have your big idea, then you break this down into 3 to 15 bullet points. How can you explain bullet point 1? And you think again in 3 to 15 bullet points. This time you're writing them down below. Now you have 15 times 15 pieces of content or ideas you want to get across. This is your long form article. And this will make sure that you are ranking on Google. And then you take this long content and you break it down into your 15 points. And you turn each of the 15 points into a small text post. Now you have one article and you have 15 short text posts, and you have to check out like what kind of character length you have per social media network. For example, for LinkedIn it's 1,300 characters, for Instagram and Facebook it's a little bit more. So you make sure that you create content that can be shared on different social media networks. So now you have one piece of content, which is your article, which you can publish on your blog, on Medium, on LinkedIn Pulse. Now you have 3 pieces of content. Then you have taken your 15 bullet points, which you created 15 posts for LinkedIn, for Facebook, for Instagram. Now you have already created like another 45 pieces of content for just three social networks. Then you're looking at your text post and then your article, and you are highlighting specific sentences which contain a lot of information. And you cut out one single sentence and you make this like a tweetable. So now I don't know how many tweetable sentences you have, but you can actually plan for that. If you think about, can the sentence stand in and by itself? You can plan for this when you're writing your article or your text post. You can create literally hundreds of tweets from that one piece of content. You have tweets, you have text posts, and you have your long form article which you can republish on different platforms. You can actually do guest blogging. Go to different websites and you can say, here I have this amazing article, do you want to post this onto your blog? So you can either rewrite this content, give it like a different spin, you have another piece of content. What can you do in terms of image posts? Take out like pictures of yourself, and you can take the content that you put on the tweets, put this as a quote on top of your image. If you had like 100 tweets, then you have like an additional 100 Instagram posts. By just putting the quote on the image, then you can turn each of the 15 text posts you had into individual videos. Or you can take your entire article and you film this entire piece of content, and then you keep your 15 main points and you just chop the video. You take one video, which is the long form, you put this on YouTube. This can be like half an hour long, who knows, however long your article is. Then you chop out each of the 15 chapters and you cut this out. There you have another piece of content. One for LinkedIn video, one for Twitter video, one for Facebook video, one for Instagram video, one for Instagram Live. You can chop them down. You can also take your YouTube video, you convert it into an audio file. There you have a podcast that people can download. You can put this podcast on different platforms. You can put it on iTunes, you can put it on SoundCloud. There are so many different platforms where you can put your content out there. Now you have turned one big idea into many different articles, into multiple text forms, into images, into tweetables, into quotes on images, into a podcast, an audio format. You can also turn it into like a slideshow. Reformat the content, make it like really simple, focus on the main ideas you want to get across. Put this in a PowerPoint file. You can upload this to your website. You can put this, save it, export it as a PDF document. You can upload it on SlideShare. Now, if articles, text posts, image posts, quote posts, videos, long videos, short videos, podcasts, audio clips, slideshows, one idea turned into hundreds of content pieces. Write like a really long outline of text, convert each content piece into a different format. And this is how you create 1,000 pieces of content in just 5 minutes of time. If you want to learn more about content creation, how to set up a specific process, how to find topics, make sure that you follow me here and hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon, because I'm going to publish a lot more about very specific guides, how you can create content really fast, and I'm going to show you some tutorials, give you step-by-step instructions how you can make this work for your business. So make sure that you subscribe and hit the little bell icon. And if you like this content, please share it with your friends, hit the like button, leave me a comment below what you think of this content. Really excited about your ideas, and see you next time.